Hello everyone and welcome again to my channel. This is Teacher Hazetee and today I'm gonna teach you how to use Google Classroom for your teaching this semester or this school year. So let me just head you over to Google Classroom and you can go to that website by typing in classroom.google.com. So my browser is not working fine at the moment, but yeah. So it's already in my history. That's why it already detects Google Classroom. Ayan. So classroom.google.com and then just hit enter. Or you can just type in the search box via Google Classroom, and then it will yield search results that will lead you to their website. So ayan, we're now heading to Google Classroom. Let's just wait for the page to load. So if this is not your first time to join Google Classroom, you'll be seeing a lot of classes where you joined as a student and classes you have created as a teacher. So we're assuming that it's your first time to create a classroom and that it's your first time to use this as a platform for learning management. So ayan, we're here now at the Google Classroom and just waiting for the page to completely load. Ayan siya. So if it's your first time to use this Google Classroom, this page is empty. Okay? So you will not be seeing any classroom here. So this page will be blank. Okay? White lang siya. So now, just click the plus sign here dito sa upper right portion near your profile picture and near the Google Apps button. So click that plus sign button to create or join a class. So you're doing this because you are creating a class for your students. That's why we are to press or select create class. So create class tayo. Ayan. So you will be prompted to select that you have read and of course understood the terms and conditions of Google. Ayan. So are you using the Google Classroom as a part of G Suite for your students because it's a part of their package for students and teachers who are signed into Google. So that's G Suite. So all you have to do here is just to check the checkbox right here, which means that you've read and of course understood the notice that they showed. Okay? So ayan, just click the checkbox and then press continue. So there you have it. So after you press continue, you will be prompted to create your class name, create your section, your subject, and then your room. Okay? So let's create our class name. Suppose that I'm doing this for a history class. So BSE English History class. There. So that's our class name. Now let's have the section say this history class is for 2 English. So that's a section. And now for the subject, history, world history. And then room, ayan, so we're having a virtual room, but say we have a physical room for this subject, we may just key in make up room name. So say room 210. Ayan, that's my favorite room in college. So ayan, let's click create. And after we click create, let's just wait for the room to be created or the Google Classroom to be created. So it just takes a while, but yeah, all you have to do is to wait. And then after the class is created, you will be directed to your classroom. So you will see here now, we have 4 tabs, 4 main tabs. We have stream, we have classwork, people, and marks. Okay? Before this section, yung marks is named as grades. Okay? Pero ngayon, Google changed it to marks. What's new about Google Classroom right now then, ngayong August, is that they already added dito sa gilid yung to review and to do. Before kasi wala yan. So if you're teaching, your classes will go here sa upper portion. All the classes that you created and all the classes you are in, you being the teacher. Dito naman sa lower side, there's a bar that separates your classes as teacher and your classes as the student. So, dito naman yung lower portion, these are classes where you are the participant, say for a training or whatnot, or maybe a faculty development class. Okay? So, yan siya. So, we also have here yung to review and to do. So, those are things that you have to know if you're using Google Classroom again after a long time. Ayan. So now we're going to focus on the basics because this video is for Google Classroom beginners. So ayan. Again, we have stream, we have classwork, people, and marks. The Google Classroom stream shows you the updates that the teacher has posted. Okay, so anyone can post dito sa stream unless you tweak up the settings in it. So, paano natin i-tweak yung settings so that the teacher will only be the one to post dito sa classroom? Because based on experience, kapag hindi mo siya sinet up, everyone will be posting stuff doon sa box na to. Okay, this is like a Facebook newsfeed where anyone can post their content. And if meron kang mga importanteng assignments and content to give students, it would be hard for you and for your students to find which ones are important because natatabunan siya ng mga good morning, mga good afternoon na pinopost ng participants or ng students dito sa class. So first things first, when you are headed to your Google Classroom, as soon as you created it, punta muna dito sa settings. As you can see, merong gear icon dito sa taas, sa lower right. So, katabi pa rin siya ng Google Apps and your profile picture. Click that, settings. Ayan, and it will open a window which shows class settings. And for that, it will show you yung details that you have inputted kanina doon sa box, yung kanina, basic details about your class. So here we have, sa pangalawang portion, we have general. So we have here the codes for inviting people to your class. So you have now the option to manage your invitation codes, whether you will have them enabled or disabled. If you will have it enabled, you will be allowed to give out yung link papunta sa classroom. So, ito na yung invitation link. So, click that and then copy the invitation link and you can send it out to your students who you want to enter the classroom. But be careful in using this because you might be sending them out to people who are not supposed to be in your class. And there might be some students who will tend to give out these codes to other students who are not supposed to enter your class. Okay? So, ayan. Please make sure that you create different Google Classrooms for your different sections handled. Ayan. We also have the class code here. So, we have the class code. That is the default code that your students can enter or can type in doon sa code box when they are to enter your class or to join your class. Okay? Again, do not give out the class code to everyone because you might be allowing people who are not supposed to enter your classroom, specifically only for a certain class. So you also have here the option to display the class code and disable it. So if you're going to display the class code, that means everyone can see what the code is. Balik tayo dito sa homepage. Ayan. So as you can see, here is the class code and it's displayed doon sa ating class. Ayan. So HE6Y6VR. Okay? So everyone can see that class code and these people, your students can give them out to other students. That would mean they will be allowed to join na your class and they can join with or without your permission kasi nga naibigay sa kanila yung code. So it's it's very important that you set out this settings before you invite students to your class. Okay? So it's now your decision whether to display your class code or not. Okay? So if ever you want to disable the class code, mag-hide siya. Okay? Ayan. So mag-hide siya, and if you disable that class code, sige, let's try to disable that. If you try to disable your class and then enable it again, it will generate a different class code. So wait natin. Ayan, so na-disable ko and now I just had it enabled. That's why it had a different code already. So we have TMUOQZV. So ayan na siya. Iba na yung class code niya. So now, again, you have the decision, or you have the power to enable or disable the class code and have it reset. So, kung feeling mo na ang dami-dami ng students doon sa class mo and these are people who are not supposed to enter your class, you may anytime reset the code. Okay? We also encourage that for trainings because minsan may mga gate crashers, no? Ayan. So, punta na tayo sa stream. So, sa stream naman, in the current options, yung default options, student can post and comment. Okay? You can disable that or choose another option by selecting only teachers can post or comment. Okay? So I'm choosing this one. Meron ding option na students can only comment. Okay? So I'm choosing pala yung students can only comment, but they cannot post something on the stream. Pag naman ang pinili nyo ay only teachers can post or comment, parang nawalan naman ng freedom of expression si students. So, we're going to choose the middle option. Ayan, students can only comment but cannot post in the stream. Okay, so select na natin yan. Next up, we have the classwork on the stream. Okay, whether you are posting ito na yung pag-post ng assignment, yung classwork, okay? Whether you want the classwork to show condensed notifications. Pag sinabi natin yung mga condensed lang na mga notifications, only the material is shown, pero yung complete instructions are hidden. Okay, so that's not recommended. I do not recommend that option because that would confuse your students or the participants, and some of them would think na material lang yung in-upload mo or form lang or assignment lang pero wala kang instruction. Pero the truth is you provided them all of the instructions pero kailangan pa nilang i-press ng isa pang beses. So to avoid such feedback na ang feeling nga ng student at nitong participant ay hindi mo nilagay lahat ng instructions is to show attachments and details. Ayan siya. So let's click the first option, show attachments and details. Excuse me. Kapag naman dito sa hide notifications, lalo na silang walang nakita. Okay? Ayan siya, classwork. Show attachments and details. Kung gaano kahaba yung instruction mo, ganun kahaba yung makikita nila sa stream. Unlike if you're going to select only yung show condensed, so just the material. Wala na yung instructions na nilagay mo talaga. Okay? So, ayan. We also have an option to show deleted items. You have the option dito, ayan. So, meron ditong gray note na medyo maliit. Only teachers can view deleted items. So, since ikaw lang naman ang nakakapag-post sa stream, pwede rin, okay, show deleted items only to you, okay, to yourself. Only teachers can view. Students cannot view the items you deleted. Okay, that's what's meant by this option. Now, we go to marking. Okay, so yung ating grade na. Okay, so this is very important as well because if we have a grading system that is specific for your class or what your college or the university follows. Okay, so this is where you set them up. Okay, so sa ating mark calculation, we have overall mark, okay? Pwedeng wala silang grade, okay, overall grade. We also have grades via total points. Ayan. We also have grades calculated or weighted by category. So, I haven't used yet itong total points, pero this is very easy naman to use because Google Classroom is intuitive, meaning you will just be using your intuition in navigating the entire website. So, ayan. You can select weighted by category if you have a separate category for attendance, if you have a category for projects, if you have a category for oral reports, ayan, virtual reports. So, feeling ko ganun na rin yung magiging eksena natin sa virtual classrooms in college na virtual na yung reporting. Ayan. So, weighted by category tayo. You also have the option to show the overall mark to students. You have the option to turn that on and to turn that off. Okay? Siguro it's too early to turn it on kasi wala pa namang activities and no classes yet. Pero siguro if malapit na yung exams and to let students know their class standing, siguro it's time to turn it on. And you have the option naman to turn it off anytime, okay? With you as a teacher, and you have the power in, of course, navigating and setting up things that needed to be set dito sa inyong Google Classroom. Ayan, so now we selected yung weighted by category. It's time for us now to add the mark categories. So, add na tayo ng category natin. So, say for example, ang category natin ay attendance. First time kong ginamit itong weighted by category when we were tapped to be the ICT support staff sa isang training namin sa region. So, ayan. Ang attendance namin that time ay 10%. So, ayan. When you enter yung number na, syempre, katumbas ng attendance, it will automatically show yung remaining percentage. Ayan. So, it would be easy for you to calculate kung ilan pa yung gusto mong idagdag. So, now I'm adding projects. And then, add pa tayo. So, di pa ako nakaka-decide ng project. So, I'm adding one more. That would be oral reports. So, sa oral reports, that would make up 75, kungwari lang. Ayan. And then yung project, ayan, yung natitira na lang na 50. Okay? Exams pala, wala akong exams. Wait lang. Palitan natin to. 50 yung oral report and then examination. Examination 25. Yan. So, yan lang. We have attendance, project, oral reports, and examination. Okay? So, it's very important that you deliver your reports to class. Okay? So, now, wala na tayong idadagdag. So, we set up all the things before inviting students. That's very important because this avoids yung further issues that may arise. Siyempre, ang hirap mag-set up ng klase kapag pumasok na yung student tsaka kapag mag-set up. Okay? So, now, dito naman sa sa homepage natin sa stream, you will be seeing dito yung upcoming. Sa upcoming box, you will see what are the works na due soon. So, this will also appear sa window ni student, okay? Sa view ni student because they will be reminded what are the works that they need to turn in. Ayan. Dito din sa homepage natin sa stream, merong arrow down. Ayan, that will give you the details of your subject and then yung room. And then you also have the option to select a theme for your class. So, ito, since okay naman, match naman yung book, tsaka yung quill, tsaka yung ink, and then yung eyeglasses sa history, I won't change that, but I'm going to show you what are the other themes that are available in our class. So, wait lang tayo for it to load. So, ayan, I'm just gonna check my microphone if it works. Ayan. Okay naman. It works naman. Kaso not responding si OBS. Okay. So, ayan. These are the themes that you can choose from. We have general themes. We also have English and history. We also have math and science, arts, sports. Medyo mabagal lang, no? Sports and other themes. Ayan. We also have the option to create your own. Okay? Nakalimutan ko lang kung nasa na siya. Pero before, meron yan. May create your own. Create your own theme. Siguro kasi ang gamit kong account ay hindi yung DepEd account ko. That's why. Anyway, so ayan. Bagay naman siya. So now, ayan. So we already set up stuff. Ito pala siya, upload photo. So, you may upload your own photo to be your theme. So, ayan siya. Sa baba nung select theme. Now, we head over to classwork. Ayan. This is where the magic begins. Okay? So dyan nyo i-upload yung assignments. Okay? So, this is where you can assign your classwork. So, dito lang siya sa create. And we have different types of assignments. So we actually have assignment, quiz assignment, question, material, and reuse post. And you also have the option to create a topic for your assignments. Okay, so later na tayo dyan. Let me just show you then yung people. Okay, dito naman, you will be seeing who are the people joining your class already. So you can invite teachers dito. Pwede kang mag-invite siguro ng dean nyo sa college if ever that person wants to monitor your progress in class and kung ano yung nangyayari sa bawat classroom. That's possible, okay? You can also add here your school principal if, di ba, ganun din nga if your principal will monitor your progress and kung ano na yung events inside the Google Classroom. My dog is noisy, okay? Anyway, so here naman yung students, okay? So this is where you can add your students in your class. You can give them out your invitation link and you can type your name or their email addresses. Typing their name will work only if you have them as contacts in your email. But if not, wala siya, okay? You will have to type their email addresses one by one. But one by one sa beginners. But I'm teaching you now na pwede kang mag-add ng email addresses for as many as 50. Okay? As many as 50. So, ngayon, I recommend that you only type in yung kanilang email addresses, say it came from a source, like from an Excel file, a spreadsheet, or from a notepad file, or from a Microsoft Word file. You can copy at least hanggang 10 siguro, 10 and then copy and then paste it here. Kasi pag sobrang dami na nung 50 and then it might be prone to errors, lalo kapag ang daming gumagamit ng Google Classroom at a time. Okay? So, ayun. I recommend 10 names lang sa pagka-copy and paste. And then, mag-a-appear siya and mag-error naman siya. It will display an error message if merong email addresses na mali and hindi ma-add doon sa classroom. That's the time that you can give them out the codes. Okay? Yung code or yung link to your class. Okay? So, cancel na natin yan. Be careful not to add your students dito sa taas. Okay? Because they will see yung mga sinet up natin doon sa class settings. Make sure that students are added dito sa student. What I do, kapag nag-add ako ng student, nag-scroll down ako ng konti para ang kita ko lang sa screen ko, ayan, zoom in ko, tapos isa-scroll down ko siya, para ang kita ko lang ay yung student. Kasi nga ako ay reyna ng multitasking. I'm doing a task and then doing another. So, may experience ako na nakapag-add ako ng student sa teacher. Buti na lang that was, daling araw na siya. Kaya na remove ko agad si student from the teacher side. From the teacher, yun nga, sa teacher side ng class. Okay, so now, ayan, we already discussed how to add students and teachers in your class. Kapag nag-add kayo ng teachers in your class, they will have the same function and same authority over your class. Dahil ang sinet up natin dito is teachers can post, they can post also in your classroom. What's nice about Google Class is that if you're going to post something dito sa stream or dito sa classwork, say you're teaching history for all courses, halimbawa sa social studies, sa math, sa TLE majors, and sa English majors, you can post something here, halimbawa, hello. Ayan. And then you'll add an attachment. Pwede kang mag-add dito ng all students or you can post this to different classrooms. Ayan, so sample, may Google Classroom pa tayong isa and may Google Classroom pa tayong isa, tatlo. Ayan, so you have the option to share this hello post not only to this history class for English majors but to all classes that you teach. And that saves you time as the teacher and spares you the stress din. Ano? Make sure lang na dapat talaga na para rin sa kanila yung content because there might be content na para lang halimbawa sa amin sa senior high, meron lang content na para sa GAS students or sa academic track and hindi akma sa TVL. So that's the time when you have to customize din kung sino lang ang makaka-receive ng content na yon for your class. Ayan. So again, you have the option to select which classes will receive the same post and will receive the same materials. So ayan, you also have the option to select all students. Kapag may listahan na tayo ng students dito, you can select na sino lang ang makaka-receive ng content na yon. So dahil wala pa nga student in this class, default siya na all students. Okay? For beginners, Google Classroom is only available to students who are users ng Google. Okay? Yung meron lang accounts na galing kay Google, say Gmail or yan. Kasi kapag ang gamit niyang email ay from Microsoft like Outlook, Hotmail, hindi sila makakapasok sa Google Class because you need to have a Google account before you enter a Google Classroom. Okay? So, ayun. Doon na tayo. So, itong hello post na ito, you can post it now, right away, or you can also schedule that, save your draft, schedule, and then post it right now. Yung schedule, pwede mo siyang gamitin if ngayon mo ginawa yung content but you want it to be uploaded at a different time. So, para lang time saver na siya, 'di ba? Hindi ka masyadong busy ngayon and then you were able to prepare the content and you were able to upload it online pero it will be posted for students view at a certain time. So yun ang purpose nitong schedule. Etong save draft, ICT support staff use this kapag may instructions na kami pero wala pang official instructions coming from our bosses and then hindi pa kami decided if to be scheduled or to be posted right now. So ayan, pwedeng save draft. Halimbawa, may mga naisip ka ng content na pwede mong i-post sometime pero hindi ka pa 100% sure, di ba? Half-hearted ka pa if you will be uploading this stuff for your students. So, pwede yung save draft. Okay? And you have also the option to add attachments. Pwede ka mag-attach ng YouTube video, pwede ka mag-attach ng file, pwede ka rin mag-attach ng link from a certain website or from a certain material that you found online. Pwede to kapag supplementary material siya. Yan. And Google Drive link as well. Okay? Ngayon, pwede mo gamitin yan sa stream, pero I recommend that you create and you upload all of the materials dito sa classwork. Sa second natin na tab. Dahil dito, mas madali siyang makita ni student and mas klaro kay student na ito yung kailangan kong gawin as a student. Ito lang lahat yung classwork. Kasi sa stream, possibly matatabunan siya, number one, and hindi siya maa-assign as classwork. Okay? Hindi siya counted sa magiging grades ni student. So, kaya mas importante, mas okay na sa classwork siya mapunta. So, ayun. Ang stream, mas okay lang to if you have announcements. Ayan. you have announcements or you have certain posts na hindi siya kinakailangan maging assignment. Reminders, ayan. So, ayun. Dito na tayo sa classwork. So, balik tayo. We have different kinds of assignment. We have assignment, quiz assignment, question, material, and reuse post. And you have the option to create a topic. Mas okay na mag-create ng topic para hindi magulo yung classroom. Kasi yun ang pinaka-ayoko. Ayoko nang magulo yung classroom. Kaya, pag nag-join ako ng trainings na ang gugulo ng classroom, parang I always advise yung nagma-manage ng class na i-off yung setting kasi ang daming participants na nag-good morning for day 1, tapos day 2 mag-good morning rin niya lahat. Natatabunan yung importanteng content na kailangan para sa training. So, yon. Balik na tayo. Ba't tayo napunta sa training? Anyway, dito sa classwork, you also have your Google Calendar here. Ayan, para you are reminded what classworks are due soon. Dito siya nakalagay. Ganyan din ang view sa inyong students. They also have the Google the Google Calendar view. Tapos, as you can see, we have here the class drive folder. If we're gonna just click that, it will lead us to a Google Drive folder na doon naka-upload lahat ng submissions ng students. Okay? Pero sa view ni student, hindi nila nakikita yung hindi nila gawa. Ang nakikita lang ni student, yung sarili niya lang gawa. Okay? So medyo mabagal yung browser ko, but let me just head you over dito sa create na tayo. So may tips pala dito, create assignments and questions. Excuse me. You can also use topics to organize classwork into modules or units, and you can order work the way you want students to see it. Okay? Kasi kung ano ang view mo dito, ganun din ang view ni student. Well, kapag may drafts ka, pupunta siya sa ibabaw pero hindi kita ni student si draft. You're the only one who's seeing the drafts. Okay? So, eto na yung Google Drive folder natin. Nag-open pa siya. So, later na natin siya tingnan. Assignment muna tayo. How to post an assignment. So, click lang yung assignment and then yung title ng assignment. Halimbawa, masyado kang OC, gusto mo organize yung assignments. Ayan. You can also let your students know how their assignment will be evaluated. Got it. Just click that and ayun. You can select the category dito, pero mamaya na yan, title muna tayo. So, title, assignment number 1. Assignment number 1. So, bahala ka na mag-isip kung ano yung assignment number 1 and description of assignment number 1. Ayan. Baga lang siya. There. So, dito, you can add an attachment, same thing as yung kanina, Google Drive, link, file, and YouTube video. So, ayan. You can also create a Google Doc, create a Google Slide, create a Google Sheet, create a Google Drawing, and create a Google Form. Okay? Pwede ka mag-create ng Google Form sa assignment kung wala siyang grade. Okay? Pero if graded siya, I recommend na sa quiz assignment mo siya ipasok. Okay? So, ayan. Dito na tayo sa right pane. So, you can select whether this is for one class only sa English majors or sa iba mo pang classes. Ayan. All students then, you can select the category. This is very important para may silbi or gumana yung category na nilagay natin kanina. So, sa category, ito ay wala tayong category ng assignment. Sige, later, we'll add that. Okay? So, balik tayo. Balik tayo sa category. Add tayo ng assignments. Para hindi pala natin siya na-add. Assignments. Tapos, yung seat work. Bagal lang siya. So, let's just wait for it. Seat work. Yan. Seat work. Ayaw ma-select yung number. Yan. Wait lang. Bawasan natin to. Magiging 13 na lang to. Hey, hey, hey. It doesn't respond. Wait lang tayo. Ayan, nag-white na talaga. Not responding. So, ayun. So, we're currently completing yung mga categories natin para walang kulang. Yan. So, 30 na to. Assignment 10. Seat work 10. Yan. Save. Balik tayo dun sa assignment. Hindi natin siya natapos kaya na-save yun as draft. Ayan. So, draft siya. Ayan. You will be seeing na may word na draft na naka-italicize. So, click that. Edit na natin siya. Edit assignment. So, ang category niya ay assignment. So, kayo na rin ang bahala as the teacher to assign points. Ilan ba ang corresponding points sa assignment na yon? You can also select yung due date, kailan siya due. I'm assigning August ng Friday lang. Yan. Sorry, ito, Friday. 28. Time. You can also set the time, halimbawa, 5 o'clock p.m. Yan. So, yon. Topic. Ayan. So, later na tayo mag-set ng topics. And then, what's nice is you also have the rubric here. Okay? You can use rubrics naman for different types of tasks. Pwede mo rin siyang i-explore. Ayan. Create a rubric. You can also reuse your rubric and import from Google Sheets. Pwede ka nang gumawa sa Google Sheets kung ano yung ginagamit mong rubric for your previous classes nung may face-to-face pa, and then import mo na lang siya para mas madali na for you to grade and hindi ka na mahirapan na mag-assign ng grade for every submission. Kasi if you will be thinking pa of what grades to give, parang that would be tasky, and time-consuming for you as a teacher. So, mas maganda na may rubric because you already see yung categories and then yung indicator for each category, and you can just click them. Click mo lang kung 4 ba yung score, kung 1, ganon. Bilis lang siya. And ito. So, assuming na nakapag-set na tayo ng rubric, you can just click assign. That means it will be posted now as classwork, or you can just schedule that or save your draft. So, I'm assigning it right now. As in now na. Assign. Okay? So, assign siya. So, let's just wait for it because it creates the assignment. Ayan. So, dito, you can view the assignment. It will lead you to another page that gives you a complete view of what the assignment is. Tapos, nakalagay rin dyan yung due date niya. Ngayon, you will also see ilan na yung handed in, meaning ilan na yung nag-submit. May link dito kasi dyan mo makikita yung Google Drive folder na nandun lahat ng submissions. Tapos, may option din dyan para mapunta ka na sa mark para sa pag-grade. Now, we also have yung assigned, okay? Dito, yung total number of students na nakapasok sa class. Okay? Dito sa handed in, yung total number ng nag-submit. So, kung 40 people ang nasa classroom, 40 yung nasa assigned. Pero dahil wala pang ang tao dito sa class, ako pa lang, kaya 0 pa siya. Pero once people will start coming in, dadami na yun nandito sa assign. Okay? Pero ang hindi mag-change yung kung sino lang talaga ay nagpasa ng assignment, yun lang talaga ang makikita mong number dito. Okay? There is also a time na may students na 2 o 3 ang Google account. Well, that's not impossible because students are even able to create 5 accounts, 5 Facebook accounts for themselves. So, mag-expect rin kayo as a teacher na merong 2 o 3 ang account na papasok dito, and that will change yung stats na nung class mo. So, when that happens, ask your student, alin dito yung totoong Google account mo para matanggal na natin kung alin yung account na hindi mo ginagamit. Kasi kailangan bilang mo dito kung sino talaga yung legit na student. Okay? Kasi masisira yung bilang kapag sobra. Like, isang student, dalawang account yung gamit niya and sa dalawang account na yun, nagpapasa siya ng assignment para sure na ma-check mo yung assignment niya. That might happen because sa trainings ay nangyayari din yan. So, ayun. Now we head over. So, nakagawa na tayo ng isang assignment. Now, we go to quiz assignment. So, sa quiz assignment naman, quiz, okay? Excuse me, ginagamit siya sa quiz. So, halimbawa, quiz number 1. Yan. Tapos, instruction. So, description na instruction for quiz number 1. Yan. So, syempre, nag-assume lang ako na ito yung instructions, pero you may enter dito yung instructions mo kahit gano'n siya kahaba. Okay? We also have, you can add Google Drive, Google Drive, a link, a file, and a YouTube video. You can also create this documents from Google, but ang pinaka-recommended is Google Forms, na blank form siya. So, as you can see, pag hinover mo yung mouse pointer dun sa blank quiz, that will lead you to another link kung saan mo na i-customize yung quiz. Ayan. So, click na natin to open that in new tab. Mag-open siya. Tapos, dun mo na isa-set up yung quiz. Ano ang options ng quiz na yon, whether that's multiple choice, whether it's yung long response or short response. Ayan. So, bahala ka na mag-set up nun as the teacher. And, you can also automatically export yung scores ni student dahil automatic na siya dito sa quiz assignment. Okay? So, ang category naman nito, nakalimutan nating mag-ano ng quiz. So, dito ko na siya ipasok sa seatwork. Okay? For the meantime. But this varies naman with you as the teacher. So, ang points natin for the quiz, halimbawa, 5 lang. Kasi 5 lang yung gagawin nating questions. Due date, ayan, kung mahigpit si teacher, bukas na agad, ayan, from 24, 25, quiz agad sa day 1. Yan. Pwede ka rin magpa-diagnostic test agad if you're the teacher. Yan. Create the topic and then there's a rubric. Pwede naman na hindi na mag-rubric because naka-Google Forms naman. Automatically, they will have their scores. Okay? So, punta tayo sa Google Forms na yon, yung kinreate, yung generate na automatically ni Google Classroom. So, ayan. So, it will also prompt you to take the tour, and Google Forms here assumes that you are a first-timer. So, sige, take tayo ng tour. Libre naman yung tour, okay? So, to add a question, choose from a variety of different question types such as the multiple choice, short answer, and more. So, next na tayo. See the answer key, set a point value and correct answer for each question. Automatic feedback for correct and incorrect answers can also be added. Wait lang, ang correct answer, pwede mo siyang i-show kapag all students have already finished taking the quiz. Kasi, if makita nila agad yung correct answer, kasabay nung score nila, upon finishing yung quiz, they might be leaking yung correct answer sa mga frenemy nila. So, we want to avoid that because, very, very possible na talaga ang cheating online in our virtual spaces natin for our classes. So, let's not select that. Yung see the answer right away. So, next, you can also mark responses by one to provide one-by-one responses to, of course, provide individualized feedback or batch mark responses by question. So, hindi mo ipakita yung individual nilang feedback, okay, or batch mark responses. Yun ang mas okay, yung batch mark responses per question. Yun nga yung answer key na sinasabi ko. Got it? Okay, so that's just the tour. So now, let's have a name. Let's set a name for your blank quiz. Quiz number 1. Pinag-isipan talaga natin yung pangalan ng quiz. Ayan, quiz number 1. Tapos yung pangalan niya dito sa taas, yan na yung magiging pangalan niya sa Google Drive nyo. So you have to create clear description talaga kung ano yung tamang file name para doon para madali nyo siyang mahanap. Otherwise, it would be a hard task for you to find where the quiz is kahit pa nasa drive mo lang siya. Okay? So ayun, let's go to the basics. Name, first name. O pwede naman pala na wala ng first name kasi they already have their Google account. So pwede na itong maging question number 1 na talaga. Okay? We can also set that as a required question. You can set the points here. Yan. Multiple choice. Yung question na yan. And then question 1. Question 1, option 1, option 2, option 3, option 4. Okay? And now, sa answer key, ayan, pag pinlik mo yung answer key at saka mo ngayon isa-set yung points. So, points niya, 1 lang, 1 point lang. Tapos, select correct answer. Ang correct answer ay option 4. Okay, and click done. Ayun na siya. Next, pag mag-create ka ulit ng another question, just click itong add question, or kung same choices siya and ayaw mo nang mag-type ng pagkahaba-haba ng options, ito na lang, itong duplicate. Okay? Yan. So, ito na magiging question 2. So, yung question na lang yung papalitan mo if you have the same choices. Pero make sure that you choose a different answer. Gaya dito, dalawa yung correct answer. So, pili lang tayo ng isa lang na answer. Option 2 naman ang tamang sagot dito. So, done. So, yon. Ganun lang siya kasimple. Dito pala, dalawa ring question. Option 4 ang tamang sagot. Okay? Done. Ayan na siya. Okay? So, again, the site is intuitive. Yan ang panlaban ni Google kasi it's yung parang vibes mo lang siya, okay, and yung tawag dito, kutob mo lang yung papaganahin mo because it's easy to navigate talaga. So yon, you need not to be afraid kapag you're using Google kasi yun nga, the site is easy to use and user friendly. Okay? Ayan, apart from adding questions, ayan, you also have here short answer, paragraph, if you're doing an essay type. You also have checkboxes if there are multiple answers to a certain question. You also have drop down, kasi ang maganda sa drop down, na i-compress niya yung options. Kapag kasi multiple choice, kung marami kang options, halimbawa, ang option sa isang question, or sa questionnaire mo, 10, haba yung form. Kaya haba siya. So, maganda. Drop down will minimize the space. No? Pero if you will be using forms para sa quiz, mas okay nga yung multiple choice because we have 3 to 5 options lang naman if we're doing a quiz, diba? Or a test. Next up, we also have here file upload. You can ask students to upload their files. Say, upload a picture, upload a screenshot, ganyan. Pwede yon. Or any type of file. Kahit document, presentation, pwede yan. Ano pa ba? You can also do a linear scale, a multiple choice grid, or tick box grid. Excuse me. Multiple choice grid, you can use this for questionnaires. Pero hindi ko siya pa nagamit sa quiz. No? Ayan. And then you also have your date and time. No worries naman on using date and time. You don't need this anymore kapag gagawa ng quiz sa Google Classroom because yung certain date and time na nag-quiz sila will be recorded in the CSV file, yung Excel file na doon papasok yung responses nila. Okay? So, yon. Dito siya makikita sa responses. So, if you're familiar with Google Forms, dito siya pupunta sa file na ito, yung spreadsheet na yon. So, create tayo ng spreadsheet. Diyan mapupunta yung lahat ng data na kinolect nung Google Form na yon. Yung Google Form kung saan mo hinost yung first quiz mo for your subject. So, yon. Di na ako nag-create pero Pag sinave mo siya, ang tawag sa kanya .csv, meaning comma separated values file that is readable by Excel or Google Sheets. Okay? So, ayan. Ayun sinasabi ko. Download responses. Ayan, CSV. You can also have an email notification for new responses kung kada merong mag-quiz ay may papasok na email sa'yo. Well, this is recommended if you only have a few students, siguro hanggang 20, pero kung 40 mahigit, hindi na siguro kasi for every email, for every quiz ba na i-host mo, kailangan mo ba ng email response sa lahat na magsasagot? Maybe not. Okay? So, yon. You can also select where the response will be going, kung saan siya madedirect upon the student finishes it. So, yon. Nag-set up na tayo ng quiz and it's done. Hindi na natin siya kailangang isend because kapag inassign mo siya sa Google Classroom, automatically students will have the access to view and to answer the Google form where you hosted your first quiz. So, yon. Assign na natin siya or pwede nyong i-schedule, i-save draft, or i-discard. Siyempre, hindi natin i-discard yung pinaghirapan natin. Assign. Okay? Assign na natin siya. And later, i-view natin ulit, hindi na blank quiz yung pangalan niya. Kasi ni-rename natin siya kanina na quiz number 1. So, ayan. At ito na yung quiz assignment natin at quiz number 1 na yung pangalan niya because we renamed it sa Google Forms kanina kung saan natin sinet up yung questions and yung choices. So, ayan. Ano pa ba ang kailangan malaman? Create question. Ayan. Question, if there is a question that you would like to ask, para siyang recitation. Okay? Para siyang recitation. Tapos, ayan. Halimbawa, question number 1. Pero hindi mo siya pwedeng i-consider as quiz. Ano? Pwede lang siya as yung seat work. Pwede na to. Ano? Question number 1. You can have short answer or multiple choice. First time that I used this option was when we were tapped nga as ICT support sa regional training. We use this for attendance checking. So, pwede ko rin gawing attendance yan. Halimbawa, attendance for day 1. Day 1 attendance. August 24, 2020. Okay? So, please tick the checkbox to prove that you are present today. So, ayan. Ang nilagay naming option, yes lang dito. Kasi, pag naglagay ka pa ng no, baka no pa yung pindutin, diba? So, yes. So, kung hindi present, hindi magtitik. So, yun. Ito lang yung simple attendance checking that we learned from a certain Google tutorial din. Back when we were, yun nga, serving as ICT support. So, gawin na natin anong category niya. So, ang category kong gagawin ay attendance. So, ayan. Ilan ang points ng attendance na yon? So, bahala ka na rin as a teacher. How many points should that equate for? So, ayan. Due date. Kailan ang due date ng attendance? So, kung ang klase mo ay 10 o'clock to 11 o'clock. So, syempre, ayan, 24. Ang deadline niyan ay 11 o'clock a.m. Yan. Yun lang. Ayan, topic. Tsaka na tayo maglagay ng topic. Ask na natin yan. Okay? Or pwede, dahil nga ayaw mo na may pumindot agad na student, hindi pa naman nagsistart yung class mo, schedule natin siya. Okay? Schedule natin siya bukas. Tapos, pwede mag-start ang attendance ng, ano bang sabi kong oras? 10 o'clock to 11 o'clock. 10 o'clock. Okay? O pwedeng 9:45 para dun sa maaga pumunta ng classroom, di ba? May mga ganyan. 9:45. And then, schedule. So, ayan. Our attendance check is scheduled for day 1. Yung class natin para bukas. Ngayon, as students will check na nga yung tick box na yon, may ganito rin siya na na digits, yung numbers, kung ilan yung na-assign mo doon, kung ilan rin yung students na nakapag-check na nung tick box. And then you will have the stats already. That's real time, kahit na limbawa nakatingin ka lang dun sa attendance, habang may nag-check, nag-move yung digits as they accomplish the attendance check. So that's nice. Okay? So, ayan, ginamit natin yung question as an attendance check, but you as a teacher, you can also think of other means on how to use the question option as classwork. Now, we head over to material. Ang material naman, wala siyang grade. Okay, so ito lang siya. Walang grade. So, this is very useful if you will recommend students lang on additional readings, ano yung mga supplementary materials that you want them to read or browse. Ayan. Pwede mo siyang ilagay doon sa, sa material. Okay? So, halimbawa, reference book, number 1. So, halimbawa, ito na yung reference book mo, pero mas okay if you use the title of the book as the title of the material para mas madali siyang makita. And, sample lang natin yung reference book number 1. Okay? So, halimbawa, history, hindi ko alam yung title ng book ni Saide, pero, ayan, History 101, halimbawa yung title ng book. Tapos, by Gregorio Zaide. Kasi siya yung famous na writer ng history book sa Pilipinas. Pero hindi ko alam yung titles ng book niya. Anyway, sample lang po ito, okay? And then, ayan, so, description ng book. So, you may add here yung mismong description ng book as seen from Google Books or from a Google search. Pwede mo siyang i-paste na lang dito as the Tapos, if you want this to serve as your primary reference material, edi mag-add ka ng disclaimer na yun nang dapat nilang pinagbabasihan and not other books available online. So, this shall be our primary reference book. Reference for this subject. There. And, syempre nga, you want to save time. Ngayon, gusto mong i-add na rin siya sa ibang class in just one click. So, select mo dito, ayan. And then, post. Okay? Pero hindi ko siya ipopost doon, kumari lang. Okay? So, you can just select them. So, kung select mo na lahat ng history classes mo na nangangailangan ng book na ito, ng material na ito, post it. Okay? Pero nakalimutan ko pala mag-attach. Okay? Mag-attach tayo ng certain book, halimbawa, file. Ayan. And then, mag-open siya ng another window. Ayan. Which will allow you to select now which file will you attach as the material. So, ayan. Mabagal lang siya, pero pwede ka nang mag-attach sa Google Drive. So, ayan. Ayaw niya mag-load kasi may extension ako na nagbablock dito. So, ayun. Maybe you can just explore this on your own, yung pag-a-add ng files. Naghang na siya. So, yon. Wait lang tayo a bit. Naghang na siya. I-refresh ko na. Pero dahil nga hindi natin siya natapos, magsasave siya as draft. So, wait na lang din natin. So, habang nag-aantay tayo, let me head you over sa ating drive. Ito na yung drive natin connected doon sa Google Class that we created for BSE English History class. Yan. So, dito papasok lahat ng submissions ng students. Pero again, hindi na-view ni student yung gawa ng ibang student. Kaya, each student's work is saved sa kanilang Google Drive folder na sila lang ang nakakakita. And ikaw lang ang may access sa lahat ng folders na yon as the teacher. Yan. So, ayun, dun ulit tayo sa History 101, Edit Material. So, halimbawa, nakapag-attach ka na ng file, nakapag-attach ka na ng book dito, pwede mo na siyang i-post. Ang tagal niya mag-respond. I don't know why. Wait lang tayo. Ayan, so post na natin siya assuming that we successfully attached a certain material. So post lang natin. Post it. Tagal na siya mag-respond. Now, ang next ko naman ituturo, how to use yung topics. Paano natin gagamitin yung topics so that our classwork is organized and hindi pa kalat-kalat. No? Yan, post. Ayan, students will see the material in their streams immediately. Yes, gusto ko yon kaya post it. Ayan, so tapos na, material created. There, okay na yon. Ngayon, tuturo ko naman yung, ato pa pala, may reuse post. Sa reuse post, meron kang post from dati mo pang classes or may post ka na before sa ibang classes na hinahandle mo. Pero dahil nga beginner ka or beginner kayo, wala pa kayong material. Pwede itong magamit kung medyo matagal na tong class. Halimbawa, mag-e-end na yung first half ng first semester. Tapos, may gusto ka ulit na i-share na material, natabunan na siya dun sa stream. So, pwede mong gamitin yung reuse post. Okay? Assuming na yung material kanina ni Zaide ay natabunan na sa ating stream. So, hanap tayo ng material na i-reuse natin or any classwork na pwedeng i-reuse. Dito siya manggagaling sa history class. Okay, select natin siya. Ayan. Tapos, you will now be headed to a certain window. Tapos, pipili ka na ngayon kung ano yung i-reuse mo. Ayan. So, ito nga yung kay Zaide. Select natin yan. Tapos, you will also be asked kung magkikreate ba ng new copies of all attachments. Yes. Ay, yes. Pero wala lang mga attachment yon, di ba? So, ayan, reuse. Ang kailangan lang dito sa reuse, be careful in using this option because you will not be allowed anymore to edit yung instruction or yung tawag dito yung material. Basta reuse lang siya. Okay? So, ayan, di ba? Ito na yon. So, you have to make sure na ito na yung instruction niya. Okay? Kasi based on experience, I used this before. Hindi ko na na-edit yung instructions dito. Kaya dapat sure na ka. I just don't know now. Tingnan natin kung kaya pa siyang ma-edit. So, ayan. Ang ni-reuse natin itong 1721. So, punta tayo sa stream. Punta tayo sa stream kung pwede natin i-edit. Meron pala. Okay, ngayon pwede na siyang i-edit. Okay? Before kasi ginamit ko, wala talaga akong means para i-edit siya. So, ayan. Good news, pwede nang i-edit yung instruction. Very nice. Okay? So, yon. Ayan. So, we already created different types of classwork via Google Classroom. Now naman, paano natin gagamitin itong topic? So, click mo yan, topic, and then, kung gusto mo nakaayos ang lessons mo by week, pwede rin naman yun, week 1. So, lahat ng activities and lessons that transpired in week 1, pwede mo siyang ilagay sa week 1. Whether, pwede yan ang magkakahalo, assignment, project, ganyan, basta lahat ng week 1. Pwede rin naman mag-assign ka ng topic based on yung category, okay? Based on the category of the activities, whether lahat ng projects, lahat ng quizzes, lahat ng seat work, pwede rin naman yon. And I want that. Okay, mas bet ko yung ganong arrangement. Halimbawa, lahat ng attendance. Excuse me. Attendance check. Excuse me. Ayan, so may tour na naman dito, may help instructions ulit, drag and drop classwork. Drag and drop topics and classwork in the order that you want students to see them. So, got it. Ayan. So, ngayon, itong attendance check, dahil nakadraft pa siya, pwede ko siyang i-shoot doon. Ayan, ganun ka-easy ang maglagay ng topic. Dito naman, another topic tayo, lahat ng assignments. Add mo ulit siya. Tapos, idadrag ko ulit si assignment papunta sa assignment na label. Okay? It helps you stay organized in your own class para hindi pa kalat-kalat lahat. Ganon din ang mangyayari kapag gusto mo na week 1, week 2, week 3, mas okay. Okay rin naman yon. Okay rin naman yon. Lalo kapag may student na papasok tapos kalagitnaan na siya ng semester nag-transfer. May mga ganun na ang kailangan niyang habulin, yung week 1, yung week 2, mas okay rin yon. Okay? And as a teacher, kayo ang makakaalam what's best for your class, if mas okay na by activity category or by week. So, yon. Let me just check if my camera is still working. Baka naka-freeze na ako kanina pa. Ayan, di pa naman. So, gumagalaw pa naman ako. Anyway, minsan kasi nag-freeze siya. So, ayan. Now, dito naman another topic for references. References. Yan. So, click natin yan. There. So, dahil nga may ni-reuse tayo, naging dalawa siya. Okay? Yan. There. Ngayon, kung gusto mo naman na hindi i-reuse para hindi dalawa dito, pwede mong i-copy na lang yung link nito, yung nauna natin, tong 1719, copy mo yung link tapos i-post mo sa stream. Doon mo pwede siyang gamitin because it serves as an announcement already that I have shared already this reference material way before. Pero dahil natabunan siya, I'm sharing it again to our class stream by copying the link and posting it doon sa stream. So, yon. And then, ano pa ba? Quizzes. Ayan, quizzes. Tapos ako, I also do, dahil nga using Google Classroom, sige, wait lang. Taas natin tong attendance. So, gusto ko sa taas siya para makita agad ni student. So, ayan, attendance. Tapos, ang reference kahit sa dulo na yan. Yan, assignments and quizzes. So, yun. Ayan. Yung nga sinasabi ko, I also add here, kapag may trainings ako na ako ang ICT support, I add din yung FAQs, frequently asked questions, kasi this will be a guide not only to you, but to your students as well, or doon sa participants in training, because you will all be guided by just one rule, di ba? Kung ito yung instructions na galing sa region, ito yung instructions na galing sa division, you will be using that only, ano, and following those rules only. So, yon. Frequently asked questions. Ano pa? Normally, ang laman lang no, nung FAQs ko, yung are you allowed to give the class code to your friends? Ganun, syempre no, ganyan. So, syempre, kailangan sa FAQ, may question, may answer. Tapos, apart from that, I also create another topic, yung tutorials. Okay, tutorials. Because yun nga, bago sa atin ng Google Classroom, bago sa teacher, bago rin sa student. So, it would be helpful if this tutorial section will be para siyang a mini community within the Google Classroom where students can see paano ba mag-upload ng assignment, paano ba makita yung grades namin, ganyan. So, you can provide tutorials to your students as well para hindi sila maligaw doon sa class. Ano? Kasi for sure, hindi naman isang class lang yung papasukan nila. Marami silang magiging Google Classroom and, you know, this is another adjustment to them now that we are in the new normal. Tapos, sa tutorials, hindi naman kailangan na sarili nyong gawa yung tutorial. But, you can also opt to share with them yung existing tutorials natin na nasa YouTube. Okay? And that is also to help these content creators to at least propagate their pages then and to grow their fan base. So, if you as a teacher, kung may powers naman and may skills naman in doing your own tutorials, why not? Okay, why not do your own tutorials as well? Okay? So, ayan. Now, we are done with our tutorial for Google Classroom. And I hope that you learned something from today's work. Ayan, dito sa marks kasi yung grades will automatically show naman dito kapag na-check mo na yung classwork. So, madali lang din siyang i-navigate. But since we don't have students yet, hindi pa natin siya ma-explore. So, yon. Yan, people and marks. Okay? And what's nice about marks is that you can also have the grades exported in one spreadsheet sa isang Google Sheet file. And you can download that and open that in your local spreadsheet program or software like Microsoft Excel. So, ayun. That ends our tutorial for today. Parang haba ng oras na rin na nagsasalita ako. And yon, I hope that you learned something from this day's tutorial on Google Classroom. And I hope you can get to apply that, your learnings to your class. Bukas na start ng klase. And of course, to all the other teachers who are watching this tutorial, you may also get to use this also sa opening ng classes natin sa October. And with that, thank you so much and see you in our next episode of Teacher Hazetee's Tutorials. Thank you!